Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack. Hello and welcome to Ask Margaret from What Fresh Hell, laughing in the face of motherhood, answering your parenting dilemmas one question at a time. Today's question comes from our Facebook group. Are you a member of our Facebook group? You should be. We want you with us. Come to facebook.com/groups/whatfreshhellcast. If that's a lot to remember, you can just use your search bar on Facebook and search What Fresh Hell Podcast Group and find us from there. And there's lots of great conversations and questions going on. And often we use those questions on our Ask episodes, which is the case today. Today's question is, my toddler has always been pretty ahead of the curve when it comes to milestones, but my friends' kids are sometimes behind. How can I keep pressure off the friendship when I sense some jealousy? I'd really like to express enthusiasm for my child's growth, but worry that it is unwelcome. I like this question. I think it's really honest, and I admire you for asking this question because I think we've all felt this way at certain points, that when our kids are doing well, it is a great joy in our lives, and we want to share that joy with our friends. But there is an absolute element of mothering, and especially mothering in groups, where sometimes when we're proud of what our kids are accomplishing, it automatically feels like we're comparing them to someone else's kid, or maybe just someone else's kid is having a hard time. And we feel like in sharing our triumphs that we are putting our friends in an awkward situation. What I would say is, first of all, milestones are on a huge continuum. And I think that when we have young kids, because we always are getting those sheets at the pediatrician, at 1 year, they should be doing this, at 14 months, they should be doing this, at 2 years, they should be doing this, that becomes kind of part of our DNA and part of the way that we observe and see our kids, and that those milestones are not at all set in stone. And so kids can reach these milestones at very different points. And I would come from a place of being fairly cautious about sharing milestones that I knew that my friends' kids had not maybe reached yet, only because in sharing your excitement about how well your kid is doing, you might be making another mom feel concerned and worried that their kid isn't there yet. And so I think it's a really good instinct to think about this. There are plenty of people in your life, I hope, that are team your kid. And I would seek those people out. That might be your spouse. That might well be the kid's grandparents. I know for me, my mother-in-law will never tire of hearing about the great things that my kids are doing and how amazing they are at the things they're doing well. And so I would identify the people in your life who you can talk about with unabashed glee and pride about your kids. But those people might not be your mom group because it's a little bit more layered in your mom group where other people are dealing with their own kids who might be struggling a little bit more than yours. So I would save the I just want to crow about my kid making the honor roll. I was just told they're reading at a 4th grade level. They're only a 1st grader. They sat up and they're 2 months ahead of schedule. Whatever those things are that you want to share and that you feel proud about, go ahead and feel proud about them. There's nothing wrong with that. But those things may be best shared with your child's absolute cheering squad. But in a friend group, it is absolutely fine to say, he took his first steps yesterday. It's so exciting and we weren't expecting it. He's ahead of schedule. It's fine to share those things. It's just you don't want to present always like, here's what my kid's doing amazingly. Because listen, all kids have strengths and all kids have weaknesses. And I'm 13 years into this journey now. And some of my kids who were hitting milestones early were struggling readers later on. And some of my kids who were really far behind are making honor roll and the early walker is not, And so I think it's a great perspective. And just as we do in all of our relationships, we want to share our joy in a way that doesn't diminish anything for anyone else. And we want to remember that for all of us and our friends, that these milestones are probably not quite as meaningful as we believe them to be when we are constantly getting those handouts from our pediatrician. I hope that helps. If you have a question for myself or Amy, you can ask them on our Facebook page or group. You can ask them in our Instagram comments at WhatFreshHellCast, or you can always send them to questions@whatfreshhellpodcast.com. Thanks so much for listening.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why customers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.